What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shelton-Demar, and I am back with another vlog. And you know the motto, I don't blog, I vlog. I ain't got time for that right. And today is a special day. Today is a day that must be recognized, especially with today's day and age. Today is Father's Day. I know some of you may have had bad experiences with your dad. Some of you may not know your dad, and I feel bad for you. Prayerfully, you can make it through this time. But today is about my dad. And I have a top 10 list of why my dad is the greatest dad on earth. So we are about to get to it. And before I start, this is my first Father's Day, and I am happy. It feels good. Well, this is actually my first official, this is my second Father's Day. My first Father's Day, it wasn't that good of a Father's Day. But this one, a year later, it's perfect. With that being said, the reason why my dad is the greatest dad on the planet. Number one, my dad showed me what it meant to love your wife until death do you part. Now, I can't think off the top of the head how long my mom and dad have been married, but they've been married for a long time. Ever since I've been born, I've seen my mom and dad together. My dad loving my mom, my dad taking care of my dad being there for my mom. I've always seen that. That's how I try to live with my wife now that I am married, because I had a great example from my dad. Number two, my daddy came home, bless his heart, my daddy came home every single day. And that's big because it was three of us around the same age, and we were terrors at a time. We were terrors. So for my dad to come home every day, that was something special. And I appreciate my daddy coming home every day. And that's why I try to make sure I'm at home and Rio sees me every single day, because my dad showed up and came home after work every single day. Number three, my dad made sure that we had everything we needed and everything we wanted to a certain extent. We got a lot of stuff. By no means that we did not get stuff. We got a lot of stuff. But my dad made sure we had everything we needed. The power was always on. We never lost lights. The water was always on. The heat, electricity, everything. Everything was always on. Groceries in the house. Everything we always had what we needed. Beds, TVs in our room, bedroom sets. And it was three of us. And we all had our own stuff. My dad made sure I had everything. And like I said, once again, I try to make sure Rio has everything he needs, because that's all I know. Number four, my dad has taught me lessons that ring true to this day. To this day. It was one, I'll give you an example. One story. My dad told me, and I wish I would have listened. My dad told me when I got my first credit card, my dad said, you don't need a credit card. The only reason you need a credit card is for emergency purposes only. If you have a car and your car break down, you don't got the cash, then boom, you got a credit card. If you need something that's important and you need it now and you don't got the cash, boom, you got a credit card. But me, being the genius that I thought I was, got the credit card and regret it to this day. I mean, it's off my credit now, it's off, but, I wish I would have learned. I wish I would have listened when he tried to tell me. There's a couple stories like that, but I'm just gonna give y'all that one. Quick ad break.
This vlog is brought to you by YesMa'amHosting.net. Need website hosting? Choose between 3 hosting plans that fit every need. You can buy domain names, design WordPress sites, and chat with their awesome tech support. Visit YesMa'amHosting.net today and improve your online presence.
Number five, back when we were small, I would say around, I want to say 9, 10-ish, whatever. My dad could have bought us a new house out in the suburbs, and we could have been out in the suburbs, growing up in the suburbs, whatever. We grew up in a good neighborhood, so it was fine. But my dad sacrificed getting a new house to make sure that we were able to travel. My dad, instead of using the money to buy a house, my dad bought a van, and we went everywhere from Ohio, Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Alabama, Florida. We've been to Disney World countless times, Dallas, Kentucky, Toronto. We've been a lot of places. We've been a lot of places. And all because my dad wanted to make sure that he took us places and we can see what we can see, and travel and go places. And I am forever grateful. Number 6, my dad, not only did my mom teach us about the Lord, my dad taught us about the Lord. We used to have Bible studies at night. I think around 7 o'clock, we used to have Bible studies every single day. My dad used to teach us. And that built a foundation for the person that I am today. And if it wasn't for him giving us those Bible studies, then I ain't gonna say I would not, but it probably would have been a long road to finding the Lord. But I'm glad my dad taught us at a young age. And now the Lord is my number 1 priority. Number 7. Don't want to admit this, but the whoopings actually were for my own good. Alright? Because I wasn't really a wild boy. I wasn't like wild like that. But the last whooping I got, I told this story before, but the last whooping I got, my grandma had bought us these triple fat goose jackets. Like we had the long trench coat ones. And we used to deliver papers in the neighborhood. So I folded the papers up. One day I folded the papers up, put it in my pocket, and was out there just, walking around playing. Came home, my dad was like, hey, don't put the paper in your pocket because you're gonna rip the pocket. Me being the genius that I thought I was, I think it was like the next day, went back out there to deliver papers, put the paper in my pocket. I'm with my brothers. We decide to have a snowball fight. I bend over. The paper must have stayed straight and ripped the pocket. Needless to say, I got a whooping that day. But that was at 12 years old. That was the last whooping I ever got. And that kept me on the straight and narrow path. I do believe the whoopings were actually for my good. Number 8, my dad gave me the freedom to be a man, but he was always there to help when I needed him. Now, he always tried to tell us lessons. And when you're young, you don't want to listen to your dad. You think he just talking and like, all right, dad, you don't know. All right, okay. But he let us make mistakes, and he was still there for us to help us clean up our mistakes if they needed some cleaning up. And that's how you raise a man. That's how I'm gonna raise Rio. You gotta give him game. At the time, we didn't realize it was game, but it was game. And, like I said up top, lessons that he taught me still reign true today. So he let us be free as men, but was always there to help us if we needed. Number 9, my dad showed me what it was and what it is and how it is or whatever it is, how to be a real man. Taking care of your family, taking care of your house, taking care of your kids, taking care of your wife, make sure we got everything, take us on trips, everything, all that. Teach us lessons. That's a real man. I don't know what the definitions of real man is today, in today's day and age, but that type of real man transfers over to now. And that's the kind of man I aspire to be. I want to just be a real man, keep it real, do real things, and make sure I teach Rio and teach the younger generation what it looks like to be a man. And number 10, my dad loved me and my brothers and my sisters and my mom unconditionally. And I appreciate that. Even when I was whatever I was doing. Never turned his back on me. Never turned his back on us. He loved us unconditionally. My dad grew up in a generation where you didn't say I love you like that. So we don't say it a lot, but we know what it is. And because we don't say it a lot, I'm going to say it right now. Dad, I love you. And I will always love you. And I thank you for everything that you've done for me and my brothers and my mama and my sisters. You gave us a good life. We had a good life. So that is my top 10 list of why my dad is the best dad in the world. And before I go, why don't you give Jesus a try? He died for you, he suffered for you, and he rose again for you. Read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John and give Jesus a try. You try everything else, why not give Jesus a try? So until next time,